YouTube's biggest stars. California, by way of Cleveland, Ohio. Here is Jake, the problem child.
From Jake Paul, and that is what you call a turning point, folks. Okay, a minute and a half left here in round 5, and Jake's looking for the finish. He's finished. He's hurt. On the run. Jake Paul pulling on here.
In his second visit to Logan Paul's podcast after 5 years, Mike Tyson shocked the hosts with his stinging remarks. The podcast started with Logan Paul's rash attitude towards his father. Just as Mike sat down on the sofa, Logan ordered the crew to shove his father away from the cameras so that people would have a better look at Mike.
Hey, Dad. People get mad when I call my dad Greg.
You shouldn't call him Greg.
He's sometimes he's Greg. Would you mind standing right in front of the cameras that you're going to shoot the show on? Yeah, go ahead.
Mike was so shocked by Logan's treatment of his father that he confirmed to him whether Greg was really his father. The last time when Mike appeared on this show, he was completely caught off guard by the host Logan. Mike was under the influence of edible mushrooms and was particularly intoxicated once he was under the booth. He was never taken seriously by the hosts. As a result of this, he wouldn't have a meaningful conversation.
Okay.
I'm not a beggar. I'm not a beggar.
Sorry, I misheard you.
Yeah, I'm not a beggar. Anybody have mushrooms? I'm not a beggar. I come prepared.
I saw. You have a mushroom guy. I recognize him.
Absolutely.
He's the mushroom guy. I did your podcast yesterday.
Yes, you did. You did a wonderful job.
Once Mike was under the influence of these substances, he became completely wild. Logan was just seeing Mike getting high and demanding more mushrooms despite the numerous health risks. At one point, Mike told them he could eat a bag full of things like this.
This is a lot of mushrooms, Mike. This is like...
That's what I'm saying.
That's nothing.
There you go.
That's nothing. Tell him I used to do bags, nigga.
This is crazy.
I would do whole...
Eat a whole ounce and go to the gym and work out.
I can't.
We're heating up.
Oh, he's going to be chewing for a sec. Now,
Oh, he chews it down to a paste.
the people put it on a peanut butter sandwich. It mixes together. You know what I'm saying? But Mike wants all those little particles.
Although that podcast was absolutely bonkers, it turned out to be the highest watched episode of Impulsive at that time. Thankfully, when Mike appeared for the second time, he was sober, and Mike had a very meaningful discussion. He was looking much more composed and in a much better physical condition. At the start of the episode, Mike said that he had no problem with Jake's trash talking in the build-up of this fight. Later, Mike further expanded on this topic and concluded that he gets only motivated by these things. Mike thinks that it's funny and a new experience, that people see Jake Paul as a bad guy in this fight instead of him throughout Mike's career, and especially after the rape conviction. Mike was not a fan favorite fighter. That is the sole reason he was named as the baddest man on the planet. Iron Mike continued explaining this situation. I am 58 now, and you know what I found out? That get all the money, that get all the attention, that get everything. If you don't talk, what's the purpose of going into a fight? Mike appeared very humble, but equally straightforward and blunt in this discussion. He clarified to everybody that he doesn't take Jake's statement as a disrespect. However, Mike admires Jake's co-power and doesn't ever want to get caught off guard in the fight. When Logan inquired about any nervousness before this fight, the legend replied, "I'm doing really well doing my sprints and all other stuff. No concern, I'm normal, just nervous, and that's about it. All fighters are nervous. All athletes are nervous. But I've been nervous throughout my whole career, and I've been very successful." Meanwhile, Logan was flooded with concerns relating to this fight. He has seen Jake's preparations firsthand and doesn't want Mike to be surprised. On the night of November 15th, Logan threatened Mike as his fan, not as the brother of his opponent. "I love you, Mike, and I'm very nervous about you. I do care about you, and I do care about my brother. And I know the path he's on right now is ruthless, Mike. He's really crushing it. And I just want you to be okay in there, Mike." Another thing that bothers Logan Paul is the crowd's booing and mockery of his brother. He reckons Jake is the most underrated and the most hated puncher of all time. Logan wished for the day when his brother would not be clowned by the boxing fans he was alongside Jake. In his earlier press conference against Mike Tyson, when Jake was humiliated to the bones,
in history, this is what it's all about for me, man. I'm a kid from Ohio. New York. Shut New York. Hey, boo yourself. Boo yourself, New York. Hey, New York. New York. New York. You're just like Mike Tyson. You were good 20 years ago. New York. Dumbass Democrats.
Stone-faced Tyson appeared to listen intently and responded to Logan that he was thinking of Jake as a gimmick and not as a professional boxer. Every time he entered the ring, he gave all the due respect to his opponent. Mike Tyson appreciated this request and said that he would never sleep on Jake Paul's attributes as a boxer. Tyson added, "Hey, I'm fearful of even my 13-year-old son. This is what I learned from my 58 years of experience, that anyone is capable of killing me, so you should be apprehensive of everyone. That's just my life. And because all people are capable of killing me, so I don't ever sleep on them." And after that, the Maverick continued bragging more about his brother. He indirectly taunted Mike for the age difference between him and Jake Paul. To cover these things, Logan said that these were the emotions of people, not his own. Mike's anger took the best out of him. And he said,
Should be okay in there, Mike. And I want you got to take him serious, Mike, because
I take him extremely serious. I take him extremely serious. These people don't take him serious.
No, they don't, and it's such a mistake because he's a real killer, Mike. Like, he wanted to be a Navy SEAL before he started boxing. Like in high school, he wants to be a Navy SEAL. He wanted to go kill people on behalf of his country.
Later on in this episode, Mike Tyson had a wonderful discussion with the fathers of Logan and Jake. It turned out that Gare Paul displayed his admiration for Mike Tyson. Expressing his admiration for Mike Tyson, he remarked, "We grew up in this kind of weird environment. With my brothers and our cousins observing you battle, I recall you in only black shorts and sneakers, leaving in all its badass coolness over. And we cherished it even more than Jake's dad was anxious about his son's altercation." When he was questioned about the mythology, whether the fact that disturbed him, Mike will inflict harm to Jake, as in his first rate, Greg said, "Yeah, and it's really battle. And this is the most vicious on the planet. Yes, I'm anxious. It's a strange moment since, if someone had told 30 years ago, I realized that my son would be battling Mike Tyson. I had stated what the __ are. You still referring to Mike?" Heightened the cries of his elderly peers man by declaring that he was going to harm his son. In addition, Mike thinks that Mike versus Jake will be the most important match. The most disgusting battle ever for fellow sport analysts and boxers who are calling this bout of fighting a farce or a publicity ploy, according to Mike. It is the largest conflict ever. Pay attention to this, what matters most, and for everyone the rival fighters who are envious of them thought they could. Yet they are unable to even lower. Mike Tyson clarified the rationale. These alleged legends of boxing are disdaining his impending battle. He made fun of them for their damaging analysis and made it clear that nobody enjoys to look in their eyes or hear their voice. Mike stated they're asserting that this is and everything, but they sincerely hope that they wished they were in our shoes so desperately that they were able to the best we can for their family. And this were global winners, but nobody is aware of it, their appellations. Mike was pleased with how Jake Paul was enduring all of the hatred of the globe. Mike claimed to have been given substantially more animosity from the public, as if Mike thinks Jake will benefit from it, because the number of individuals entering the arena to see his defeat, and ultimately it's a math game, and Jake will close deals. The tickets, pay attention to this. I discovered early in life, and I'm aware that not cool, but well, hate is more profitable than love. You see why I desired to be the antagonist. I was the bad guy because everything continued to flow as everyone desired. They really wanted to watch me get my ass kicked. Things occur, and then finally you accept everything that they have to provide. And they still adore you while you stand. If we examine Logan Paul's WWE career, we discover that he has a history of booing or more severe reactions. He's also the one. Whoever the public wishes to see humbled is true that Logan Paul was handled by admirers. Are the only thing that his brother is the distinction is that they are engaging in a variety of professions. People, particularly boxing and WWE fans, similarly acknowledge crowd cheers. When this talk comes to a close, Mike proves to his supporters that he is not fighting Jake since he needs money badly. He is getting ready and assuming this danger solely as a means of maintaining his ego, keeping the legend alive. Mike Tyson finished by claiming the proceeds from this battle are not going to alter my way of life, likely to alter my life. I obtained the largest cannabis and tobacco corporation and most likely outside of America other than tobacco. We're kicking the ass of everyone. And when Mike was wondered if he had more money compared to Jake Paul, the response was actually irrational. Jake Paul previously disclosed his large reward for defeating Tyson, asserting that he was receiving $40 million from the B. But the exact amount is still unknown. Mike is getting paid for exiting. Do you have more money in retirement than well? Jake Paul, listen, there's a chance. I most likely have more money than you do. Think, but not as much as you already do. Moreover, Jake Paul has devised a wonderful idea to prevent the throng from booing him when he fights next, provide anything to his side that will forbid his critics from uttering even one word phrase that the troubled youngster has imagined recently. During an interview, they're gonna boo me when they make the announcement my name. Thus, I'll pen something similar on a cardboard piece with a Sharpie pen if when everyone is booing you, you're a virgin. I'm going to wave the placard in the ring ink. Chess corner. Not the enjoyable part was checkers. But Mike Tyson is taking this fight seriously. Must have realized he was staring considerably stronger and younger in this impulsive episode compared to his prior interviews. November 15th is additionally getting closer every day. What do you think will happen in this fight? Will this battle be remembered as a reality? As an expert observer informs us in the remarks. And kindly click the subscribe button on our channel. Box Us on YouTube will be your go-to channel right now to obtain the most recent with the latest boxing news. That's all. I'll see you with another video today.